What's up, my K-Sesians? It's your girl K-Ses the Oracle back in the building with another video, period. So guys, listen, as you saw in the title, today is about to get like, you're like my journal right now. You're like my diary. So we're going to like get into it, delve into some shit. I want to talk to y'all. And whoever else that clicks on the video, it definitely had to hit home if you clicked on it. So we definitely going to talk. But before we get into the whole topic of the video today, you know, we got to run it back with the intro. So I'll be right back. You guys stay seated. All right, y'all. So we back. Let me put up in my notification van. We got Latrice Dobbins. What's up, girlie? You driving that thing? Who you pick up? You picked up Melanated Not Duplicated, period. And then who y'all got in the back? Y'all got Nicole Lee Smith, gang. Y'all got Trawanda Faults. Y'all got Nicole Settles. Y'all got Latasha Stubbs in the back. Extended Love. You've been waiting on me since yesterday. Well, girlie, I'm back. Listen. So let's talk about some shit. Okay, let's talk about some shit. Listen, y'all. So just in a moment of just sitting in the bed, I was like, ooh, just being introspective about some shit. I'm like, damn, if I'm being real with it, like, bitch, you toxic, bitch, you tainted, and you jaded. And that's really the reason why you're fucking single. Like, that's just the reason what it is. That's just what it is, okay? And then it's like, sometimes people are getting like, triggered by this toxic word because everybody's using it, but nobody's explaining it. Listen, and what toxic, tainted, and jaded really all boils down to, I just feel like, listen, let me back up, because if you're like single in like these ages of like 30 and beyond, you're single because you're toxic, tainted, and jaded. And that's just the bottom line. Like, you just are. And let me tell you why you are. Okay. Let me tell you why you are. But before I tell you why you are, I'm going to tell you why I am. Okay. Toxic is simply saying that you self-sabotage. That's all that is. They're just using the shorter word for it. Toxic. You're self-sabotaging. Like, legit. Okay. With defensive behaviors that you know is going to run somebody off, but you do it anyway. And in your mind, you trick yourself that it's a test, that if they stay around past you misbehaving due to you being in your toxic self-sabotaging bag, that they're worth your time. But basically, you're just going to continue to keep testing them with toxic ass self-sabotaging ass behavior. Yeah, period. You just are. Okay. And if we roll back the layer of toxic going to self-sabotaging, going to what? Fear. I'm getting chills because it's all fear. You're scared that the worst is going to happen. Somebody's going to leave you high and dry. You know, you're going to be heartbroken again. You're going to be disappointed again. Somebody's going to waste your time again. You know what I mean? You're going to be used again. That's where that boils down to. Like, let's really be real with it. If you're toxic, if you feel like you're toxic and you feel like you're single in your 30s, your 40s, your 50s, okay? Chances are you're toxic. Chances are you're toxic. Chances are, once again, you're self-sabotaging. That's all that is. Toxic, being toxic is self-sabotaging. You crash it out. You poison in a situation with your bad behavior, even in your bad mental state, but we'll get there. But you're poisoning a situation before it can even grow, or even sometimes when it's growing. I don't know, but usually at the beginning you start it and you continue to keep doing it because it's like a test to see, like, okay, I know you're gonna leave. Let me give you an out. Go ahead and leave. See, I knew that motherfucker was gonna leave. See, I knew he was gonna leave. See, and that's, yeah, it's so fucking toxic. It's so toxic. Listen, I can be real with myself. Listen, I can be real with myself. Because I'm a human. And you get like this due to shit happening to you, right? So then let's go to before I move on, do you agree with the version of what am I trying to say? How I'm trying to define toxicity? Do you agree with that? If you agree with what I'm saying about toxicity, put a 1 in the chat, legit. Because once again, toxicity is self-sabotaging. Self-sabotaging comes from fear. Period. Shawanda said that is so me. Period. Latrice said, I just don't know who to trust. These niggas play all day, period. Melanated said, I'm toxic as hell. You hear me always sabotaging great shit. Listen, and that's why I want to listen. And I'm like, if I'm feeling it, if I'm going through it, then I know at least one of my case studies is going through it. So I just want to let you know that, hey, you not a fucking lone. Me too, right? Okay, so fear. That's so fucked up. Listen. Oh, it's so fucked up. But yes, I'm toxic because I self-sabotage due to fear. You see what I'm saying? You see how I did that? I'm toxic because I self-sabotage due to fear. Some people ain't even rolling it back enough. You know what I mean? Like, that's that I'm owning it. I am toxic because I self-sabotage due to fear. Fear of many things, right? But it's just a fear of the situation ending up like another situation. So once again, you keep testing people that want to build bonds and build relationships with you, whether it even be romantic or even platonic. You keep testing these people with toxic behavior to see if they'll stay. Because like if they leave and you like, oh, I knew you was gonna leave anyway. You know what I mean? And that fear comes from an abandonment issue, maybe from trauma or shit like that. But I'm just saying, roll back the layers and you'll start to see like where shit is coming from. And then you can own it. Because if you don't know where it's coming from, then you don't know where to attack. So then you just attacking yourself like, I ain't gonna find love. You know, you start to get low vibrational. You know what I mean? Instead of attacking the problem instead of yourself. But moving on, tainted, you definitely, if you're single in your 30s, 40s, 50s, and usually if you toxic, then you tainted. And you tainted because basically what is being tainted? Tainted is being your mind, body, soul, loving with pureness, meaning like a clean slate, meaning like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like let's go back to when you was like usually it's like maybe high school, maybe middle schools, when you had like your first boyfriend, girlfriend relationship, depending on like your parents and shit like that. So you was pure. You know what I mean? You didn't like a motherfucker because they had this. You didn't like a motherfucker because they had that. Usually you like somebody because you genuinely fuck with them on a vibe. You know what I mean? Like it was a vibe. It was a vibe because like they complimented you, because they show interest in you, because you know what I mean? Like genuine shit that matters. Like you was loving with a purity, you know? Like that's how you become tainted, because after time, that purity, that clear water, let's add some heartbreak, let's add some disappointment, let's add some a motherfucker cheating, let's add lying, let's add betrayal, let's add deceit. You know what I mean? And And the more you add to that clear water, that purity, it gets muddier and muddier and muddier, right? And it's like, damn, how do you clear that out and get back to loving with a pure heart? To be honest, it's impossible. To be honest, it's impossible. It's impossible, because that's just like saying, if you break a glass vase and you glue it back effortlessly, you can still see where the cracks are. So you're never gonna be untainted once you're tainted. Okay, period. I just want to be real with you. You're not. It's not gonna ever be clear again. You're not gonna be able to love with a pure heart again. You know why? Because our brain, we remember shit. It's the memories of it all. It's the muscle memories of it all. I remember when I was heartbroken. I remember what that felt like. I remember when I was depressed and I didn't want to get out of bed. I remember like that hopelessness, that despair. You know what I mean? You remember all that. So no matter if you want to claim and say you healed and you're not tainted and you ready for love and all that shit, because I dealt with my past, it's a fucking lie. No, it's a lie. It's a lie. It's a lie. It's a lie. This is how you combat it. It's about being real with it. You know what? Listen, I had my heart broken. I've been lied to. I've been through betrayal. I've been through that despair. I've been through that hopelessness, that lostness, all of it due to breakdowns in relationships with people. So instead of when an emotion, any of those emotions are triggered through an exchange with the person, it's best for you to be real. You know what? What you said hurt my feelings, because that reminds me of something I've been through. You owning it, because rather than you acting out of toxicity as a trigger that you're hurt, I would rather be honest. I think that's the only way to combat being tainted, is being honest. That hurt my feelings. But I feel like then there's another fear. Your fear of being vulnerable. You're afraid of getting your feelings hurt, right? So you go into your toxic bag. You say some, you know what I'm saying? Say something off the wall out of emotions, out of fear, instead of really saying what you wanted to say. You know what I'm saying? Like you turn into savage mode, go off on a motherfucker. They didn't accomplish shit, you know? Like, instead of just simply saying and owning it, like, you know what, legit, what you just said hurt my feelings. Because I saw something with you and you showing me behaviors that's reminding me of something I already been through, and I don't want to go through that. And you know what I mean? Like being vulnerable, being candid, you know, it's words, it's communication. I think that's the only way how you can combat being tainted, because it's no way to become untainted. Okay, it's no way. And I feel like people would be even like you. Think about it. If you put yourself, you would be more willing to stick around with somebody that was honest about their flaws in the way that I'm talking about, rather than them acting out in emotion due to the flaws. That's not owning it. You have to be vulnerable, and you have to be honest, and you have to be self-aware to combat being tainted. Because once you taint it, it's no way out of that shit, period. It's no way out. Jaded is simply saying, I just know, like, I know niggas, I know people, I know men. They always lie. They always gonna fuck up. Jaded is like your perception only sees a certain thing. It only sees a certain thing, but it's based off of what? Fear, toxicity, you being tainted, your past. It all goes hand in hand. It all goes hand in hand, guys. It really does. It really does. Once again, if you just pulling up, and I need to say it again, jaded is simply refusing to see things for what they are. You're only choosing to see things through the lenses, the vision that you created. I know men. I know that they all lie. They all cheat. They ain't shit. I can't trust nobody. That's jaded. Because you basically seeing life, anybody that wants to make or come in your life in any type of capacity to build a bond or relationship, you would see them through these lenses of being tainted and toxic. Is it crazy? Listen. I'm just being real today. And I just had to bring it to y'all. I was laying in bed and I was just like, damn, Kay, like, you got to get it together, man. You got to get it together. You got to get it together. Now, listen, what's up, Nate Jones? The only way to really combat this shit, if you single and you identify as toxic, tainted, and jaded, the best way to combat this is to simply, once again, be honest in your communication with people and be self-aware. Be self-aware, because and then talk about it, talk about it. Because if you hiding from the issue and you running away from calling a thing, then again, people can identify your behaviors to something that you already said that you're dealing with. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying like you could be like, yeah, I'm a cheater, do the blah, 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? Either you want to accept me or not. Nah, that's no. That's toxic as fuck. It's toxic as fuck. No, what I'm saying is that, boom, listen, in my past relationships, I usually initiated cheating due to fear of being hurt again because I was cheated on. So I'm triggered to take those emotions, or to take that vulnerability and cheat to make myself feel better, because I know at the end of the day, you gonna fuck me over first. I might as well just fuck you over first. You see what I'm saying? I would rather and even though it sounds fucked up to say to somebody, but I mean, you being real. I would rather a person be real with me that, oh, you dealing, you know what I'm saying? Like, we can work through that if you know that it's a thing, rather than you be like, you know what I'm saying? You just go through the relationship acting like you normal as shit. And then the situation come up where you triggered. You feel like a motherfucker lying to you. You feel like some shit ain't adding up. And then you go cheat like, fuck it. I know niggas all the same. Let me go out here, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, sometimes, listen, sometimes really what we think we seeing and what we think we feeling ain't true. And it's really just us bringing the past back to reality. I'm not saying ignore your gut instincts. I'm not saying, you know what I'm saying, don't ignore red flags. I'm just saying that you have to take accountability for what you bring to the table by being honest. Like, you know what? Listen, I self-sabotage due to fear. I'm tainted because I haven't healed from past hurts and traumas. I'm jaded because due to those past hurts and traumas, it makes me only want to see people or men or whatever the pronoun is a certain way. And because I've put myself in these situations, or because it's happened to me so much, I feel like everybody's like that. So it's hard to see when somebody is being good to you. It's hard to see when somebody is genuine. You know what I mean? You keep testing them to see. And that's exhausting, because be on the other side of that. If you really genuinely like somebody and they keep testing you to see like if you gonna stick around, if you gonna lead them, that's exhausting. That's exhausting. So I feel like at the end of the day, once you go through these little checklists of being like self-aware, like, damn, ask yourself, would you date you? Would you date you with the bullshit you be pulling? Okay, it's a dub. So don't be out here like, I don't know why I'm single. I don't know why my relationships don't work. I don't know why. Nah, motherfucker, you play it all day. You know why. You legit know why. You just don't want to call a thing, and you don't want to face that man in the mirror. You know what I'm saying? That, damn, you the common denominator in that shit. So you got some shit to work on, right? Because you're not gonna be short of people and opportunities. You know what I mean? So the only difference is next time when the opportunity come, how are you going to treat it? How are you going to show up? Are you going to be responsible for your actions? Are you going to be aware of your actions? Are you going to communicate like an adult of like your fears and your vulnerabilities up front? You know what I mean? I think at this stage, when you like 30, 40, 50 and you single, I think it's just hard to be vulnerable. You know what I mean? Because I feel like your mind state and your body and society is telling you that you should be in something stable. 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 You listening to a lot of shit with yourself. You listening to a lot of shit with yourself. And then throughout this, you fucking over like other people and like giving them trauma. You see what I'm saying, man? Listen, it's crazy. So listen, if you identify, if anybody that clicked on this video and you identify as toxic, tainted, jaded, you got some work to do. You do. You got some work to do. You can, and I don't even like the word like be healed. I just feel like you can be better at your communication. You can get better at these behaviors of combating them, knowing what they're about to come on, knowing what triggers them, you know what I mean? And talking through it, you know? Because this shit not gonna go away, you know? You don't just be like, yeah, and have somebody that, you know, that makes you accountable as well. You got to be accountable for your shit, and you got to have, I mean, it's good to have people around you that help you be accountable too. You said, I would never date me. Oh, listen, I wouldn't date me either. Somebody said, listen, they man even telling them that they tainted. He just choosing to love you through it. But you need to be real. Like, you know what? Then, you know what? He did hurt me. And I still hold on to that because I think that that's going to happen again. It's nothing. Be real with yourself. Again, vulnerability is sexy as fuck. It is. Because you being honest, you being raw. We can deal with a problem. We can deal with a problem. But I feel like attaching a problem to yourself by trying to keep it in and not saying it and not identifying and not running that label, you attacking yourself then. Like, I'm never gonna find a man. Fuck love. Blah, blah, blah. You know, you get into that self-sabotaging bag. And that low vibrational spiral is what I'm trying to say. You get into like, you know, bringing in all that negativity, letting those negative vibes creep in. But again, once if you call a problem out, you attacking a problem and not yourself. Let's do that. We need to attack problems and not people. Let's attack the problem. But we got to identify it first, and that's the problem. You said what? You said rule number 1, don't do me what you wouldn't want me to do to you. Period. But again, I mean, everybody abides by the golden rule, but I just feel like sometimes we get so toxic. If we pull a us on us, like if somebody pulls a you on you, you is not fucking with it. Legit, okay? Because we do toxic shit and tainted shit and jaded shit. And the people that stick around throughout that shit, they the real MVPs. They like, listen. I mean, and people could argue like, oh, those are real men. Listen. He just was patient. It ain't about being no real man. Because anybody else would be like, man, get the fuck. Girl, you got to, like, that's a lot of problems. That's a lot of problems to love somebody through. So if you with somebody right now that loves you through that shit and you identify as these, it's time for you to do better. You need to be a better person. For that person, they really patient and they really unconditionally love you. So that don't mean that they accept your behavior and they don't make it okay. So if you identify with this shit and you in a relationship and you doing this shit, you should definitely work on changing. Okay, you need to progress to a better person. Take some steps because that's fucked up. That's fucked up. That's not okay. You said, Kay, he know that shit. My past relationships was visible to many. He say it to make me mad. He know my buttons. Girlie, listen, if it's even hitting a button, again, it's still something emotionally there that you're just burying because for the sake of just saying, I'm over it. I'm done with it. I'm healed. Instead of just saying like, you know what? I'm still hurt from what that person did to me. Like, own it. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh no, man. I feel like this is a very specific video for specific people, even though I feel like most of us are toxic, jaded, and tainted. I'm not saying all people are. No, all people aren't. No, there's plenty of people that aren't. But it's a hell of a lot of people that don't want to fucking admit it. They don't want to admit it. But yeah, I'm here today admitting it. I'm admitting it. It's a thing. You said you learned to not act, but to be. What does that mean? What you said? So not act like you hurt, but be hurt. Like what you saying? Put that in a sentence for me. You said I slapped the shit out of you right now. Period. Listen. Type shit. You said, but he patient with you though. I feel true love. He does deserve better from me. I can say that. And that's all I'm saying. That's all this video was really about. So listen, if it's hitting home for you, then listen to the. Now is the time to make a change. Like, I feel like I should definitely make some type of change. I'm gonna be better. Legit. Like, I'm gonna be better. It's time. It's time. Like, it's time. Because hurt people, and you creating trauma and negative experiences for other people. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, don't be that person. You're just trying to be a better person. So, yeah. I got some work to do. Okay, so you feel like you healed though from your past trauma, so you a new and a better you. And that's period. You know what I'm saying? That's period. Just know that trauma's still there. You know, that trauma definitely is still there. I just feel like trauma don't go away. You just learn to deal with it. And I feel like you try to deal with it from a mature approach. You deal with it from an aware approach, and you communicate that efficiently, because trauma and being hurt don't go nowhere because you remember it. So what you going to do, erase the memory? You know? So it doesn't go anywhere. You know, it doesn't go anywhere. You just have to learn more healthy ways, efficient ways of dealing with it, but it doesn't go anywhere. She said you learn to not react on triggers. You find a positive out of a negative, right? So you trying to re-engineer your brain. See, because you being aware. That's so good. That's another good way to combat this shit. Don't act on triggers. Hey, because a trigger will make you see some shit that's not, like, make you feel some shit that's not there, make you see some shit that's not there. Like, you would even, you know what I'm saying? You hearing shit that like a motherfucker didn't even say. You just hearing what you want to hear, seeing what you want to see. And all you know is like, ooh, this got me feeling like some shit I've been through, so it must be that. And that's kind of how your body responds to shit. So it's like, okay, instead you need to let your brain take the wheel and be like, listen, let's think about this. Like, let's unpack this. You know, what did he really say? Okay, you know what I mean? How do I really feel? Right? Like, what did she really say? You know what I mean? So we got to run that back. It's definitely hard not to act on triggers for what I just said, like what I'm talking about right now, because like you don't forget. So your body just was like, boom, this feel like some shit I've been in, so I'm in it, you know? So your body is reacting to a situation you already long gone, you know what I'm saying, long gone been in. Because that shit don't go. I just feel like we were stuck on feeling like, ooh, like, I need to get to a point where it no longer bothers me. I need to get to a point where it's going to always bother you. You know what I mean? Because you got the memory. You can't erase a memory. You can't erase it. So the trauma is going to always be there. Hurt is going to always be there. Disappointment, fear, It's gonna always be there. But it's about like how you choose to deal with it, how you see it. You know what I mean? You have to re-engineer your brain to combat this shit. Cause just saying like boom, it's gone is not the way. Cause memory, you just can't forget shit. Right? A reaction, right? Because listen, it's automatic because like I just said, if your mind is resonating with a situation that you already been, you're like, damn, this remind me of some shit because it made me feel the same way. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking a certain way. I'm seeing the same shit. You think you in it. And your mind could take you there. Legit. You can see something. You can see what you want to see. Have you ever done that before? Like just embarrassed yourself totally. You thought you saw some shit, felt some shit, went off on a motherfucker, reacted, and then emotion, found out you was completely in the wrong. Be so embarrassed. Like, damn, I did that, huh? I did that, huh? That shit not cute. That shit not cute. That shit not cute. Well, you need to get a hold of that shit and stop doing it because that's not cute. Went off on motherfuckers, all type of shit. Motherfuckers that went far. Fuck some shit up. Could have fucked the motherfucker clothes up. Could have all type of shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Not saying like once again that not to ignore your instincts and your intuition and your discernment. I'm just saying that, listen, you have to be in control of your emotions and you can't be blaming other shit on how you acted. And you can't be acting out of past shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just taking accountability and being a better you when you know if you really sit down and be real with yourself, you got shit to work on. What's up, Dante? What's up? Yes, it's T. You hear me? And people, listen, in that whole culture of motherfucking acting toxic, thought culture, that's thought culture, being toxic, being jaded, acting from fear, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's being glorified. So people just continue these behaviors thinking that shit cute. That's not cute. That don't make you no bad bitch. That don't make you attractive. That's immature, to say the least. Deep, you know what I'm saying? Ooh. I just wanted to share this thought. Like, you know, I just wanted to share it. My mind was going, I was just like, damn, this is crazy. This is me. Like, this shit is not cute. I'm going to be better. I'm going to be better, though, because that shit not cute. It's not cute. Listen, y'all walk with me. Walk with me on my journey. Y'all really been on it, goddamn but I'm gonna try to be different. I'm gonna see if I can bring y'all some better stories. Start with these wretched stories. I'm just feel like it's just one thing to admit it, though. You know what I mean? Like, because I feel like people think like, oh, well, fuck, I'm just gonna get another nigga, you know what I'm saying? Another, like, girl, listen, 30 niggas later, you're the common denominator. Like, it couldn't, all 30 of them niggas couldn't have been bad, you know? That's how good when we passing up a blessing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because, like, you only seeing shit a certain way. If you see things, if you change your perception, your perspective on things and upgrade it, you see things differently. You see things differently. Sometimes things that really appear to be problems are solutions. So again, but in order to know the wisdom to have that, you got to have your perception and your perspective upgraded. You know what I mean? You got to be able to train your mind to see things that way. Yeah, being humble, being wise, being aware. So being more selective. So if you out here in this dating pool and you identify with toxic, tainted, jaded, and you ready to work on it, I just feel like going forward, only be selective with just people instead of just saying like, oh, next, okay, and then the next, and then, you know what I'm saying? Like, Be selective with really who you spend your time with. Even though you say that, but I'm saying like, if you know motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? If you know motherfucker ain't gonna, you know what I'm saying? Like, just don't, you know, be selective. I just feel like also, try shit you wouldn't, and I can't never say this word. Why I can't say this word? When did I start not saying words? This, I just feel like I can compute this word right now. Try something you wouldn't normally try. Date somebody you wouldn't normally date, you know? You wouldn't normally date. Once you become aware, okay? Because we don't want to add some more trauma and more hurt to people. So once you're aware, though, go out there and try something that you never tried to test and see if your perception has been upgraded, you know? You know what? Before this, I would have never looked at blah, blah, blah this way. But now that I went on a date, you know what I'm saying? Talk, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got to upgrade. See, you can't want what you never had. So you got to upgrade your mind, expose yourself to some new shit, some new experiences. Put some new memories in your mind. You know what I'm saying? To combat the negative memories. Yeah, I'm speaking for men and women, Latrice, that's toxic. Not just women. I'm only just talking from my point of view because, you know, right? But no, this go for men and women. What? Men and women can be toxic, tainted, and jaded. Of course, men too. Men too, definitely. Definitely toxic ass men out here. But then once you notice a motherfucker toxic like that, listen, you got a choice. You can be like, you know what, listen, I've noticed that you bop, 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 bop. You could be real with a motherfucker. And you know what, to be honest, I feel like you're the type of person that if I told you that I'm making this observation, you would take it in, you would listen, and it would make sense to you to give effort to change those behaviors. You know what I mean? Some people feel like it's not worth it to say that, like, nah, this motherfucker ain't gonna change. I ain't gonna let him know. He's showing me them signs. I'm out. So it's up to you how you deal with it. It's up to you how you deal with it. Because again, maybe somebody that's like really addressed their toxicity, they taintedness and they jadedness was like, you know what, they can recognize that in somebody else and be like, listen, I recognize that in you. You know what I'm saying? It's all right. I'm not that person. I'm not going to hurt you. I'm actually a good person. I'm not here to hurt you. Blah, blah, blah. I only can show you that, you know what I'm saying? Because of what you've been through, and I respect it. I hear you saying that that's what you've been through. So again, the only thing that I can combat that with is just positive memories and consistency for me. You see what I'm saying? So again, perception, perspective. It's all about how you see shit and how shit see you, right? That's the world. That's the world. You said you have to see your higher self. Everybody does not deserve your time or your energy. Legit. And I mean, sometimes it's valid to cut somebody off without, you know what I'm saying, with no explanation. Sometimes it's valid. You know what I mean? And other times I feel like people need that feedback. Maybe they needed to hear you say that you witnessed or observed that behavior from them, because sometimes people aren't self-reflective and they're not self-aware. And even if they don't receive it, like when you say it, they'll hear it. They heard you. And because if the truth hurt, it stays with you. Hurt, because hurt stay with you, right? So that's why if the truth hurt, you know, it's going to stay with you. So maybe you needed to say it to them. You know what I'm saying? Like I just said, it's a way to do that. You don't want to be like, you know what? It's a way to do that so they can receive it. But I feel like, you know, if it's warranted to cut somebody off when you notice it, that's fine. But I feel like if there is room for you to let them know, I feel like feedback is good for people to grow. Because if that's like almost like the little dick syndrome. If you keep, if it's women out here keep telling this man they got a little dick, he got a big dick, when he get to somebody to tell him his dick little, he gonna be like, what? But it could have been all perception and perspective. But what I'm saying is, listen. just feel like it's good. It's good to give people feedback. Cause I mean, you could get some karma in the bank for trying to prevent that shit from happening to another motherfucker. Like, you know what? Listen, I want to let you know that you do this because I don't want you out here hurting motherfuckers. Like, maybe you don't realize that you do this. You know what I'm saying? Boom, 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 boom. I just know I'm letting you know I can't deal with it. Maybe we could be like friends while you work through it or something. But I just know that we can't progress into something serious until you address that. But that's communication. I feel like a lot of us is failing in that because we think that with dating and the way you meet people now is just so people are so highly accessible. So I feel like we don't value connections and we don't value efficient communication and we don't value being vulnerable and sharing our emotions and our feelings because society has made it a societal norm to be strong. Don't show them that you hurt. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck? You said people will kill you for your opinion. I mean, right. That's what I'm saying. If you feel like you got the room to let somebody know feedback, I feel like feedback is good. Yeah, this ain't just general information, just where it fits, you know, just where it fits. Because, you know, there's always exceptions to the rules. So I'm not trying to be general or blanketed. I'm just giving y'all my perception from this viewpoint. And some people, you know, this could help you. This could, you know, make you aware. You know what I mean? Just help you identify. Know that you're not alone. You know what I mean? Period. I'm gonna get better though. Legit. I'm gonna get better because I do feel like I'm these three things. So it's like no matter if I don't get a hold on this, no matter who come along, listen, I'm gonna fuck it up. I feel like sometimes I write how I feel better than sometimes how I speak. I feel like I'm dope. Like I'm dope with writing it. But sometimes it's like, even if I wrote this shit and try to say it don't even come out like, you know, it don't even come out like that. So yeah, communication is the make or break for a lot of shit. And then are you a good listener? I feel like a good listener is key. I was just watching a reality show, Ladies Who List Atlanta. I don't know if any of y'all watched that. But in an exchange, it's like this character named Kiana. And she's very successful. She has everything in life. Adult marriage, a successful business, employees, people that admire you, a family, you know what I mean? You know, you got everything from outside looking in. But what you don't have is children. And you and just the talk of motherhood and not having something that you feel like a failure, like that's what she was hearing. You present yourself to be so strong, like you got it all together, but you don't, because just the mere mention of this sends you into some type of traumatic tailspin. And that's what she did on this episode in this scene that they was filming. And it's like, girl, she should have just owned this shit. She should have just owned this shit. But she was acting out of fucking hurt. I'm like, because she heard this chick say one thing and she reacted off of it. And she was like, girl, I'm not. She was like, are you listening? And the lady is older. So I feel like older women definitely listen well. You know what I mean? But you have to train yourself to get there, right? Some people just don't become a great listener. But like, she really heard what she was saying. She was like, do you realize you're saying bop, 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 bop? You know what I mean? Because that's not even what I said. So you basically are reacting off what you think I said. So listen, being a great listener is key. They go hand in hand with, yo, you know what I'm saying? We're working on your communication skills. Are you a good listener? Legit. Are you a good listener? Because you can hear what you want to hear through the lenses of being fucking toxic, self-sabotaging, fear, tainted. because of past shit and those negative feelings it left you with, and being jaded because now you see a majority of people through these sunglasses that you created, this perception that you created due to the shit that you've been through and due to fear of it coming back. So you hear what you want to hear and cause this whole big fight and ruined a whole good time because you was triggered and you heard certain words. That ain't even what the lady said. Like, it was so crazy. I was like, damn, I'm watching some shit right before my very eyes because she legit acting off what she thinks she said. And that's not even what the lady said. Crazy. Legit, we all have to, but it's about just being aware with this shit and being real with where you at on your journey. And people just, what's up, Silky Black? You can't be pretending out here. You know what I'm saying? Like, just call a thing a thing. Like, listen, I'm a work in progress. I'm working on a lot of shit. The fuck, I'm working on my communication skills. I ain't listen. You know what I mean? Like, and I feel like it could be exercises like, listen, I feel like I heard you say bop, 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 bop. And I'm like, you know what? I actually didn't say that. I said, you like, oh, shit. I heard, damn. And you finna, you know, you can stop a lot of arguments like that. Like, damn. So get clarity. Get understanding. But that takes time to train yourself to be like, listen, because what I heard you say is blah, blah, blah. But that's letting that person know this on the other end, like, damn. It got to be some other shit that's not even going on right now because you said you heard me say, when it's like, clearly I know what I said. You know, selective. But you selective because of what? So you got to peel back them layers. Hey, because a bad listener, you would throw everything off. You hear me? A bad listener. What's up, King Millie? A bad listener, you would throw everything off. Because you think you heard some shit. You like that anyway. Man, listen. I'm just calling a thing a thing, bring this shit to the forefront, people. Just want to listen, just trying to do my part to help out here. Because if I'm dealing with it, listen, somebody out here dealing with it. So shit, I'm sharing, being vulnerable. Like that shit, I need to really change that shit. It's fucking up shit, you know? I need to get better in everything that I'm talking about, getting clarification, being vulnerable when something like hurt your feelings. Like, you know, you don't have to be strong. It's all right to say somebody hurt your feelings. Like, it's all right. Damn. That hurt my feelings because I don't want to be disappointed again. That hurt my feelings because I thought blah, blah, blah. Whatever it is. Like, say it. Like, just say it. Being aware that you do these behaviors. And communicating that a proper way. You know what I'm saying? By finding out where this shit come from. A lot of us share the same traumas and shit like that, but none of us have had the exact same experiences. None of us. They were similar. Experiences could have been similar, but they was never the exact same. So everybody is different. Everybody is different based off that. But I just feel like, shit, communicated. Like, boom, you know, I've been through this. I've been through that. And that's what fucked my head up. Like, just be honest. It's a memory. I feel like the more you talk about it, you disassociating the memory from becoming a memory. And instead, it's like your mind considers it a learning experience. Because the more you talk about it, your mind will consider it a learning experience. Legit. Think about that. I think I've never said that out loud before. Because you've heard people say, like, listen, the more you talk about it, better things get. So I feel like the more you talk about it, essentially what your mind think is like, boom, that's something we learn from. Because you talk about it and you know what I'm saying, you're repeating it to somebody, you observing it, you shining the light on it, like, obviously, because when you keep it inside and you let it fester and you let it grow, you keeping it hidden, you finding different hiding places for it internally and shit. That's how motherfuckers get triggered. And that's when you could really fuck up some shit. Because you never know when that shit gonna explode. Because you've been hiding that shit, adding to it. It's getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Like a pimple, that shit gonna pop. It's gonna pop at the wrong fucking time. So the more you talk about shit that you've been through that bothers you, that hurts you, I feel like your mind registers it as a learning experience. Do y'all agree? I feel like that's a fact now. Latrice said, yeah, I don't like my feelings getting hurt though. I mean, nobody like their feelings getting hurt, but that's part of being an adult. That's part of going through life. Your feelings are going to get hurt. You're going to hurt somebody's feelings and your feelings are going to be hurt. But it's about like grace, right? Communication, wisdom, being mature. You know what I mean? Right? Happy new moon. Hey, them Cancers love new moons. We love them new moons. A chance to just be new. Try something different. Okay? Let's wipe that clean. That's why them water signs, you know, it's all about the refresh. I'm constantly hitting that refresh button. Like, let me start out. Okay, let me wash this away. Okay, let me wash that. Like, listen, hit that reset button. I'm gonna hit it's not the reset button on my perception, my perspective, because you can't hit the reset button on trauma and shit that's hurt you because it's a memory. So what you really hitting the reset button on is your perception. Like, boom, I'm not going to see shit this way. I'm training my mind to see stuff this way. That's a reset button. I'm training my mind to listen properly to the things that people say instead of only hearing what I think they said. You know what I mean? And you can just, I really think that you can train yourself when you haven't talked to people like, you know what, I heard you say, blah, blah, blah. Is that what you said? You know, I just want clarity. You're like, oh, no. Oh, so you went to, okay, because cool. Because motherfucker could be acting off and responding to shit that wasn't even fucking said. Like, yeah, it's deep. This is deeper than one little communication, little video, but deep. Hope y'all take something away from this shit today. I know I am. I'm going to be more conscious. I'm going to keep y'all posted. I'm going to keep y'all posted on my journey with this. Yeah, exactly. The more you talk about something, definitely the less you're going to feel triggered by the situation. Because again, I feel like your brain will register. It's a learning experience more than something that was traumatic. It switches, you repurposed it. That's what it is. Because shit don't go away, you're repurposing it. Oh, you repurposed it. Because pain, trauma, hurt, that shit never go away because you have the memory of it. So instead of purposing that memory as traumatic, let's repurpose it as something that you learn from, that you're helping others learn from. It's a learning experience now. You repurposed it. I like that. Repurpose your pain. Oh, I like that. That may need to be a hoodie on the website. Repurpose. Oh, repurpose it. Yeah, I like that. You got to repurpose it because the more you talk about it, you're repurposing it. And it's a learning experience now. It's not a trauma. It's a learning experience. So you don't even process it like a hurt, a trauma, a pain anymore when you've been through shit. You repurposed it to a learning experience the more you talk about it. That makes sense. You say sometimes in life you have to know when to pull back because if you do not, you will always struggle and you could potentially miss out on something that could be extremely rewarding for you. Exactly. Fucking up opportunities that you wish for, blessings that you wish for, because it's exactly these behaviors not only affect romantic situations and potential partners, but business deals, right? Friendships, you know. You said, yes, reset, rewire the brain and thoughts. Exactly. You know what? And that's why I had called my box the self-love reset box. You know what I mean? Because it's about purposing your perception of how you were seeing yourself. That's basically what the purpose of the box was. I was going through that little journey right there, repurposing like how I see my, you know what I'm saying, or trying to find ways or like a ritual or a practice to help me repurpose and reset like how you see yourself. You know what I mean? Because you can get bogged down. Like I'm telling you, like, damn, I'm fucked up. I'm this, I'm that. You know what I mean? I wish I was this. I wish I was that. I should be. You know what I'm saying? Like you beat yourself up. And the purpose of that box was for people to reset how they see themselves. So yeah, definitely, I agree with you. Reset and rewiring the brain and the thoughts is where a way to deal with being toxic, tainted, and jaded. Yes, that's a way. Reset and rewire the brain and the thoughts. Legit. Melanite said, I'm glad you're speaking on this. A lot of people think they are the only ones that go through things. Right, that's what I'm saying. So that's why I like sharing with y'all, because no, y'all not the only one. And I don't know how I don't know how somebody could think that they the only one, because there's nothing new under the sun. Like, your series of experiences make you unique, but the experience in itself is not unique. Okay, so there's always somebody that been through and can sympathize. That's empathize and sympathy together. Empathize. Can sympathize and empathize with you. You know what I mean? Right? So definitely talking about it helps, number one, because the more you talk about it, your brain will repurpose that into a learning experience. The second thing is that the more you talk about it, what was I finna say? I just lost my point. Damn, that ADD. Oh, when you talk about it, you will realize that somebody like, oh, boom, you've been through that. But not because you talked about it, they know it's out in the open. You know what I'm saying? You will find more people that can sympathize and empathize with you. And you like, damn, I'm not the only one. Then you can hear how they dealt with it. You know what I mean? They can hear how you dealt with it. You never, hey, two brains is better than one. But anyway, talking about it and just being better with communication and being open and being vulnerable and having talks, you know what I mean? And all of this shit is, we need to focus more on this stuff. And then you can inspire somebody else to be like, you know what, damn, I saw, you know what I mean? Like, that's what life about. That's what life about. That's how you build. That's how you build them zeros in that karma bank with God. Listen, that's how you get your credit score up with God. You know, working on yourself, inspiring other people to make those changes and be better, right? Being an advocate for that stuff. Yeah, that's how you get your credit up with God. You said sometimes you have to surround yourself with people that have similar problems as you, so you guys can brainstorm together as a collective, right? Usually your friends, right? Usually your friends. Right, just how we always be pulling up, maybe the same people pulling up in the chat. So listen, we a family, we a collective, we a friend group. So that's why I'm bringing it to the collective today. You know what I mean? So I'm glad we could have talked about this, got some stuff out, make some shit aware. Hopefully people that needed to watch it clicked on it and got something from this. Like, you know what I'm saying? Damn, I'm gonna make some changes, you know? Boom. And then just me doing the video makes a ripple effect of changes. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get my credit score with God, period. Listen, y'all, I'm out of here. Listen, I'm hungry now. I need some lunch. I need a smoothie or something. Oh, a smoothie sounds so good. And a crunch wrap. But y'all, listen, I'm out of here. I love y'all. Hey, don't forget to check out the website. Go shop, okay? At ksaysjustcrystals.myshopify.com and use loyalty code 222 to get $15 off a minimum of $40 spent. Don't forget to follow your girl over there at IG at K Says the Oracle. We trying to get our followers up over there. So when I start going live, we can do giveaways. Enough people pull up and enough people to see me. All right. So make sure you tap in if you're not already to the IG K Says the Oracle. Also, guys, over here, we're trying to get to 10,000 subscribers. So help your girl out, help me grow. Become part of the fam bam and subscribe today. Hit that notification bell so you know when I go live. Don't forget that I also have a Patreon where I drop exclusive readings that, like, you be seeing them late, like, oh, she dropped it 2 months ago, 2 weeks ago, damn, 3 months ago, damn, where was I at? No, you didn't miss nothing. It just got dropped over there on the Patreon first. So if you want to be in on those exclusive drops, then definitely lock in and tell me that you locked in over there on the Patreon. Choose your membership. I just upgraded the benefits for the VIP membership, so you choose which membership is best for you. I appreciate y'all like I always do, period, for y'all support, y'all the shit. Because things have been changing. Orders been coming in. Subscribers is going up. You know what I'm saying? Them numbers is going up over there on the IG. Y'all listening. I appreciate y'all. Y'all supporting your girl. I appreciate it. It doesn't go unnoticed. Trust me. Even like people just been like sending me lunch money. Y'all is so sweet. Like, here, can I get you some dinner? Like, I'm like, these people are so fucking nice, man. I swear to God. People are so fucking nice. It's definitely still good people out in the world. That's why you owe it to yourself to show up and be one of them good people too and do the work, right? Period. 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 I love y'all. Y'all already know. You said you was on it yesterday. Listen, and tomorrow, what? No, tomorrow. No, tomorrow's not Thursday. What's today? Wednesday? Is today? Y'all, today Wednesday? Tomorrow Patreon day. Yep, tomorrow Patreon day. I gotta find out. I really dropped off with hella. Listen, earlier in the week, y'all really shouldn't even have a Patreon day because I just dropped off hella videos early. So Patreon people shouldn't even really have a Patreon day tomorrow. But then I'm coming back today at 4 to do the 11-11. So listen, don't forget, I'm coming back at 4 to do the 11-11. So my VIP people, you can use your Easy Pass, jump to the front of the line if you pull up and there's a line. Also, your free you get a free reading a month over there with the VIP Patreon membership. So you can do your free question today if you VIP and you want to pull up. I'm gonna be pulling up at 4 to do 11-11 readings. You know, I think I want to do a reading on what is they hiding. What is they hiding? Ooh, somebody around you, possibly like, you know what? I feeling a little. What is they hiding? You know, maybe we should do that today. That could be like the featured topic. What are they hiding? All right, y'all. But listen, I'm gonna be back at 4. I'm gonna go get me some food. I love y'all. Like I always say, what? Seek the truth, vibrate higher, and carpe diem. Until the next time. I love you.